Okay, I got a lot of the insulation done. Actually turned out to be kind of more of a pain than I was expecting, but it's mainly because it's a 9 foot ceiling and I bought 8 foot bats. I chose bats over the rolls just because I've had trouble with the rolls. They just get to be a pain too, so I think they're both equally painful. So the bats should be real easy. They fit in there nicely and they hold themselves up. So I think that's overall still probably the better choice. The rest of this section over here I'm probably going to do a roll because I don't have that much left, and the bats come in larger packages than the rolls do. Um, One thing that I did is I put the insulation. I notched out the insulation where the wires go because I have a lot of wires going across, and then took that same insulation that I pulled out, the half that I pulled out, and put it behind the wires. Not sure if it's necessary or not, but I figure got the insulation, you might as well. Um, Hopefully this installation will be worthwhile. There's two things I'm trying to do with insulation. Obviously, one is just to keep the temperature a little bit more controlled. But more importantly, is the reason why I really was needing to get something done in here was my tools were rusting. The humidity would get really bad. You may or may not have noticed in the previous video that I have this hose here, and it's connected to this little dehumidifier that's currently disconnected. Where is that? Um, and that was helping quite a bit. It would, it'd keep the humidity down to 65%, and that seemed to at least keep my tools from rusting for the most part. But hopefully, once I get some paneling up and insulation in and all that, the rust will no longer be an issue, and it'll be more comfortable as well. The other thing is, with all the dust that was created with the floors, kind of made me realize too that this is a small space and dust is going to be a problem. So I really hope that I can find me a good dust collector with a good filter. When you're doing woodworking, of course, you're going to create some uh, some dust. So now I've got one challenge left, and this is one of my wish I would have done it differently with the electrical, and that has to do with my ceiling connections or my ceiling outlets. So I put that one there, and I have this one here, and the challenge is going to be um, is doing the ceiling insulation. So I could put the most people would put a sheetrock or some kind of decking just directly underneath the rafters. I didn't want to do that though because I've got my cable system with the powers and didn't want to mess with all the lights and all that. So my thought was I was just going to put insulation up the. Let's see if I can point to the right spot here. I was going to put the insulation up in this part here, up to about where that runner is, and then from there throw some more rafters in, and then just have a much smaller attic space, which I think is what I'll still do. But the problem is going to be these few sections where I have, and here's another spot where that is. I'm not very good at this YouTube thing, so when those wires cross between they cross over to get to the lights and to the other side of the room. Um, so not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I'm going to have to figure out a good way to make sure that I have the insulation and the decking over there, but yet still protect the Romex. I don't have to worry too much about code here, so if I end up not getting it completely covered, I'll probably do that. But what I might end up doing is cutting a piece of flexible conduit, probably even just cut it out, make it a C channel, and put the wire in it, so at least has something when it passes through that insulation in the roof. So I don't know. That's one of those things. Is like, well, this is how I'm learning. So if anybody's got any suggestions to that, I would certainly appreciate it. But yeah, it's coming along. It's starting to look like a room, which is pretty nice. I'm hoping for someday to look nice like a wood shop. But all right, well, that's today's video. So thank you so much, and we'll tune in next time.